Hello everybody and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary, where I do the research to try to teach you a little something about what you're drinking. Tonight I am so excited because I'm finally doing another Booker's Batches, and I am just ecstatic because I finally found this bottle last weekend, and it's the 2017-02, or the Blue Knights batch. Now, I have been looking for this bottle since April, and I have not been able to find it. I swear I go to a liquor store at least once or twice a week, and I go, look at all the whiskeys. But every time I'm there, I look through all the Bookers, and first it was a bunch of 2016s that were left over, some of the 2017-01s, which actually didn't last very long, which is probably a good thing. They weren't great. Never once saw the 2017-02. And then, of course, as soon as I find this, I hear from some other people that they're able to find it all over the place. So I think that they may have released maybe they found some extras that they had hanging around. Either way, this is called the Blue Knights batch. Now, the Blue Knights are a group of active and inactive law enforcement agents, and what they do is they ride their motorcycles, they go all over the country, and they just kind of enjoy that aspect of their lives. Now, Booker No at one point was invited to come to one of these rallies for the Blue Knights, and he had an awesome time. So what he did is, there were 300 of them, he invited all of them back to his house for a barbecue the next day. Now, no prep, of course. So at breakfast that morning, he told his wife, who promptly, did what a wife would do in that situation and got pretty annoyed, but they managed to pull it together by going to all of the different markets in the area and buying all of the meat that they had. Now, this became a tradition, and they do it every year for Memorial Day weekend. And because of that, the Blue Knights actually made him an honorary member. So now that you know a little bit about this whiskey, let me tell you a little bit more about it by going into the nosing and the tasting. So I will say that if you watched my previous episode on the 2017-01, you'll remember I really didn't like that one. I didn't find it very good at all. Now, I happened to have this whiskey during my most recent live stream. I ended up having 3 of them about that big. So the live stream got pretty interesting. So if you have not checked that out, it might be worth your time. It's the one on Glendalough. So this is at 63.7% or 127.4 proof. So pretty high up there. But let's see what this actually has to offer on the nose. Now, I'm not going to stick my nose in this thing because that's going to burn like heck, but let me go ahead and give it a nose here. So now, it's very sweet, and I remember that from the other night as well. It's way sweeter than it has any right to be at that proof. But let's go ahead and nose it again. All right, so the first thing, as I said, was sweet. I mean, I'm getting a lot of sugar, and that's going to be from the corn, of course, but it's a very specific kind of sugar. It's almost like you ever smell like what is it, warm sugar candle or something like that? It smells like that. So it's got a little bit of vanilla to it. It's got a lot of sugar to it, a little bit of honey, and I think that's mostly it. Sorry, I was just looking at my notes. So I wrote down maple syrup, which that goes along with that warm sugar. All right, so let's go ahead and have a taste of this. Cheers. I will say the mouthfeel on this is fantastic. For being that high of a proof, I mean, I just jumped right back into talking. I mean, there's still some in the back of my throat. It's not burning that bad. I mean, it burns a little bit right here, but it's not that bad at all. It's very, very smooth, like exceptionally smooth. They, in my opinion, outdid themselves with this one. So one thing, now that I'm starting to do these Booker's batches again, totally found the 2017-03 already, and I have a friend that has a 2017-04. So the other Booker's batches for 2017 will be coming shortly. I'm going to do it, I think it's over here. I'm going to do a scale where, down here is going to be the 2017-01 because it's not great. This one's going to be a little bit higher. And then as I go through these, I'm going to try to rate them in comparison to each other, because oftentimes you can find multiple versions of the Bookers around. So, at the very least, you're going to have probably like a year's worth to choose from. Anyway, so as far as my rating for this guy, I was not doing my new rating system last time. So if you want to think about it, 2017-01, ignore it. 2017-02, I suggest you buy it and potentially buy a second bottle if you can find it. Now, I paid, I think, $75 for this, which, you know, they've got their new pricing scheme. It is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. I also have a coworker who bought a bottle today for $60 of the exact same stuff. So I don't know if you can get a good price on it. I would buy 2 of them. If you can't, I really think you should buy at least 1 bottle of this, no matter what you end up having to pay. I think it's really, really, really good, and the best of maybe like 5 Bookers that I've tried in my life. Anyway, so that's the 2017-02. Thank you for joining me here on the Whiskey Dictionary. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers.